Pathetic story time is the title of today's vlog. It's the subject of today's vlog. We're gonna dive right in. So I had a client come by today, Tommy. He brought his 2005 over today. It's carbon black, 170 something thousand miles. And we had agreed on a couple of things. So today, if we had all the time and I were able to rob the wheel and airbag off of our 2001 parts car carbon, we were going to swap steering wheels, give him the facelifted wheel and airbag, and I don't know what he was going to do with the original one, but we weren't ready for that yet, so omit that. Thing number two was the door brake. The door brake, he described it as a door bar. Why is this locked? It's in a garage. You don't need to lock these things in the garage. The door brake didn't even beep. Why didn't it beep? The door brake is this thing that sticks out and kind of tells the door this is stop point number 1 and stop point number 2 and so forth. You can just barely see it. I can't really open this door very far, but it's right there. Some people call it a hinge. It's a door brake. His is cracked and he wants to replace it. So I said, oh, I'll just take the one off of Sterling. We'll put it in your car. So I go and I look at Sterling. Boom, it's got one too. It's got one that's cracked. I've never seen these things crack before. It's never an issue. Sometimes where the pin goes through, that washes out and then they click. Never seen them crack. So I look at carbon black, looks fine. Pull it out, looks fine. He comes by today, I pick it up, look at it, boom, it's cracked. You get a closer look at it, it's cracked. What the hell? What is it with these California cars that have cracked door brakes? These are issues I've never even seen before. So we didn't get to do that either. So finally, thing 3, he wants a new hood cable from the latch by your left foot up to the junction box under the hood. So it goes through the firewall, then it goes into a little box right about here. And then it connects to another cable, and it goes out to the first latch and another cable to the second latch. So started into that. I don't even know where to start. So it's a Bowden cable, a braided steel line in a sheath. And at the end of it is kind of it's not a nut, it's just a cylinder, a little 2 centimeter long cylinder on the end of the cable. And you put that into a little fitting, and when the cable moves, it pulls the fitting because the cylinder is larger than the cable. Does that make sense? So I've done this many times before. You open the little trap door, no problem, and then you just pull the wire and jiggle it, and the cylinder comes out, no problem. Not today. 25 minutes it took me with penetrating oil, little picks, screwdrivers, pliers to pull that freaking cylinder out of the plug that it's in. I do not understand what the problem was. I pulled it out and expected to find glue or a big barb on the end of it. Nope, looked fine. I don't know why it took me 25 minutes to get it out. Freaking stupid. So I get it out, go inside. I took the handle off. Then I have to remove the dead pedal. Well, I can remove the dead pedal in 3 minutes on my M5 with a Euro dash or a parts M5 that I've already removed the dashboard on. If you have a US dash still in there and you want to take the dead pedal out, you can't. You have to remove the US lower dash because it's too thick. Great. So I'm pulling the trim, the screws where the cluster bezel connects, the TPMS module or the button and trim panel, all of that crap comes down. We drop the lower dash, then pull the dead pedal out. I replace the cable, feed it through the firewall, put it back together. Great. Now I go to put the pedal box sealing back in place. It's like the part grew by about 1/4 of an inch. Well, that's not possible. Parts don't grow when you remove them. So what the hell happened? So I tore it all apart again, figured out that 2 of the pegs that hold the dead pedal in were not in place. Fixed that. Put it back together for a second time. Got all done. I'm cleaning up the tools, and the little screw that holds the handle on I knew was either a T20 or a T25, so I brought both bits over, 1/4 drive, real small bits. And I found the T20, which is the one that it was. I couldn't find the T25. So I'm looking all over the shop, I'm looking on the service car, take the carpeting out, look under the seat, nowhere. There's one place that the T25 could have been. You guessed it, under the fucking dead pedal. I bolted it in under the dead pedal. So for the 3rd time, I got to take apart all of the trim, the lower dash. Mind you, I'm laying on my back sideways, upside down with a light. It took me 2 hours to replace that cable today. I'm still salty about it. It's freaking stupid. Anyways, it's done. I rescued my tool. At one point I remember thinking, like, I know it's under there. There's nowhere else it can be. That tool is $4. Is it worth 40 minutes of my time to pull this whole thing apart again to rescue that tool? Well, I did. It's the principle of the thing. So it's done. I came back here. Megan came over. We had pasta and delicious bread and broccoli and wine for dinner tonight. Been talking to Roz upstairs. It's 11 o'clock. I'm going to bed. Tomorrow's Friday. I still have no car. The rain is over. It's a home day, I suppose, tomorrow. I'll talk to you then. Good night.